Shh. Hi everyone and welcome to episode 16 of the Talk is Cheap show, the fourth show of 2020 so far. Hope you've liked what you've seen so far and we'll keep supporting. Curtis, my man, what are you saying?
All good, bro.
Everything good?
Yeah, blessed, man.
How's things for you?
Yeah, all right. It's been a crazy week, though.
It's been a crazy week, man.
Yeah.
Difficult week for all of us. I don't want to sound too depressing. I don't want to start on a depressing note, so stay with us. But yeah, there's been a lot of things going on, man, and not all of them good. This coronavirus is running rampant in China and threatening to, be exported to other countries. We hope that doesn't happen. There was the murder of the footballer from Matlock Town, Jordan Sinnott. Very sad to hear about that.
Terrible.
Condolences to Jordan, his family, friends, colleagues, teammates. And then on the Sunday, wow, shock. Shockwaves around the world. Kobe Bryant, 5-time NBA winner, fourth highest scorer in the NBA of all time, legend. He tragically lost his life in a helicopter crash along with his daughter, and I think there were 7 other people on board.
Yeah, I think so.
So again, our heartfelt condolences to everybody concerned, all the families concerned. So yeah, it wasn't great. And then of course we heard the other day of the attack on Ed Woodward's home by fans. That is not something we are talking down. That was disgusting, actually.
They're not fans at that point.
No, they're not, man. I mean, listen, we've all got beefs and gripes with, well, pretty much most of us with the owners of football clubs. They do tend to get a hard time. And, Ed Woodward sure has done things that he shouldn't have done, and there were things he should have done that he hasn't done. But listen, man, come on, to do that to his home is just totally unacceptable, disgusting, actually. So, and then of course we had the fan that passed away at the Weekend Wanderers game. That's very sad. You go out to a football match to enjoy yourself, and you end up losing your life. So, condolences to that person and his family and his friends. So yeah, it's a pretty sad week, but we hope that things are going to get better. So to a regular feature of the show, we look back at Arsenal's last game since our last show. That was against Bournemouth in the FA Cup. Curtis, our resident expert, take it away, man.
Well, an Arsenal win away from home. It's crazy, isn't it? But I thought first half was one of the best 45 minutes I've seen for a while from Arsenal. Much changed team. The youngsters I thought stepped up. I thought Saka was brilliant in that game.
He was.
I thought Guendouzi played well. Martinelli played well. Eddie got his goal. To put the pressure on Lacazette. But yeah, overall I was disappointed we conceded, as you said earlier. There didn't seem to be any reason to concede. I don't think Brighton had a lot in attack. I think we could have... Bournemouth, sorry, but... I thought we could have scored 3 or 4 goals in that game.
Yeah, it was a game that we were pretty much on top from the start, weren't we? And that first goal we scored, I think it was resulted of a 21 pass move. It was really encouraging to see the guys stroke the ball around and play with such poise and skill. It was great.
Arteta ball, they were calling it.
Really? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I was very encouraged by what I saw, and as you quite rightly mentioned, the young guys in particular were outstanding. In particular, Saka. He seems a real find, right?
Yeah, he's just got that. He seems like he knows how to play strong, aggressive. Took his goal well. He's got. I mean, I was saying the other week, could he become a left back? Ashley Cole originally was a winger and converted to left back. He was one of the best left backs in the world. So could Saka become a left back?
There's no limits to his potential, really. I'll tell you what I like about Saka, though. Tell me what you think. Is that with Saka, what I see with him is a kid. He plays with that kind of without fear. But he also has a lot of intelligence to his play. And that combination makes him very, very good. And I'm really enjoying what he's doing at the moment. Like you said, he's actually playing out of position, and to be putting in such accomplished performances for someone so young, playing out of position, coming into a team that, let's face it, prior to him coming in, was struggling a bit, is fantastic, really. And augurs well for the future.
Overall, it was a good win.
It was a good win. I mean, there were a few downsides. Mustafi getting injured.
Well, someone say that's not a downside. No, I'm only joking.
Let's be fair to the man. I mean, we spoke last week on the show, didn't we, that he was one of those guys that when Arteta took over initially, it was being said by a lot of people in a lot of different places that he might be one to lose out and end up going in January. But to be fair to him, man, he's got his head down. And whatever's been said between him and Arteta seems to be working because he's playing well. Okay, he made that terrible error against Chelsea. But even in that game, I thought he regrouped well, didn't he?
I still believe moving forward, he's somebody we need to sell.
So no forgiveness.
No. I mean, look at any Arsenal.
No forgiveness there, man.
Look, any Arsenal player who's on the pitch, I'm going to support them.
Sure.
But Mustafi's proved time and time again, he's not. We can't rely.
He's error prone.
He's error prone. You can't have that in defence.
And I think the problem we've got with our central defenders, and forgive me, I know we've said this before, is that we've got three there, aren't we? David Luiz, Socrates, and Mustafi. And all three of them, as good as they all each are, they're all error prone. We're kind of crying out for some stability there, someone with a steady head. So that even if you have a maverick defender that's going to make some mistakes, a bit similar to Liverpool with Van Dijk and Lovren, wasn't it? Yeah. Lovren was automatically a better player when he started playing alongside Van Dijk because Van Dijk had that stability with him. And then so if you've got a maverick guy next to you, it can kind of neutralise it.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you've got two mavericks
it doesn't work.
It tends not to work so well.
Yeah.
But listen, hopefully Mustafi gets over his injury soon and gets back into the team and keeps doing his thing. In terms of the win then, through to the
next round,
fourth round. Was it the fourth round?
Yeah, Portsmouth.
Is it? Yeah, we've got Portsmouth next.
What
do you think, man?
That's a good draw, let's be honest. I mean, avoiding any of the...
Good day out for the fans?
Good day out on the South Coast.
I'm going to try and get a ticket for that.
Yeah, I'm going to probably go to that. I think we'll win that.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, man, we should win that game. No disrespect to Portsmouth, of course, but we should be favourites for that game, even though it's away. And, you win that and you're sort of entering into the latter stages of the competition.
And I see that if Liverpool beat Shrewsbury in the replay, they play Chelsea at the Bridge, so that's one of the big teams out already. So we've got a chance.
And listen, I'm old school when it comes to the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup. I know that the numbers and some of the games haven't been that glamorous and some of the attendances are down. But I think what you'll find is that as the competition progresses...
it gets...
it will pick up, and down the line, I'm sure there's will be some very interesting cup ties. Let's face it, a lot of the cup ties, the interest in it is predicated on the games that it throws up.
If there's no big draw as such, it doesn't create a lot of hype, does it?
So we're very encouraged by Arsenal's win, 2-1. We couldn't keep a clean sheet, but we got the win. We're through to the next round, and it's all good. So for our main topic of the week, we thought we'd chop it up about the transfer window. The end of this week is transfer deadline day, and myself and Curtis thought we'd have a little discussion about the business or lack of business that we've done so far and the ramifications for the club going forward. So Curtis, man, bring it home. What do you say?
Arsenal forever bargain hunting, January sales. They don't want to spend big. You know what they're like.
Did we come home with a bag? Did we secure the bag?
Yeah, there was a few sales stickers on them. That's for sure. Pablo,
where was we shopping, man?
Yeah, in Brazil, deep in Brazil. Pablo Mari, is it? Mary.
Mary.
Yeah. But he's a big guy anyway.
Tell us about it, man. Tell the people about it.
Apparently he's 6'3", left-footed, quite cultured on the ball.
Central defender.
I mean, I saw him against Liverpool in the club
you did?
World Cup final. He looked all right in that. But apart from that, it's just YouTube, really, and everyone's trying to...
Yeah, the YouTube montage.
Yeah, but I mean, we've taken him on loan till the end of the season.
I couldn't quite understand this loan thing, man.
I think what they do is because they don't want to commit to him in case he doesn't adjust to the league. So I think we take him on loan. If he does well, we sign him. If he doesn't, we just send him back. So it kind of.
But we already got Saliba on loan, and we got him and then loaned him back out.
Yeah, I mean,
so what's all this loan thing, man?
Yeah, I mean.
HP business.
It's for clubs who don't want to spend, really, isn't it? Cash generators, man. Arsenal.
You know what that reminds me of is like when you was young. A lot of people used to do this. Some people still do.
Layaway.
Yeah, no, not even that. Like say, like you're going to a dance or you're going to a wedding, and you haven't quite got the money.
Yeah.
But you scramble together the money and you go and buy a suit, right? and then you have the suit for the weekend, wear it to the wedding, and then once the weekend's done, you come bring it back.
Took the tags back in.
Yeah. And say, well, actually, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite right. You know what I mean? That's kind of reminiscent of what's going on.
They want
here.
their money back.
But having to be fair to the club, though, I think it's kind of difficult to get really good players in January, innit, if we're being honest.
I mean, if you look at this window, what major transfer has happened, really?
No.
Man United are going to get Fernandes.
Now, that looks to be a good signing.
That is a good signing. I think they've sort of been backed into a corner with that because Barcelona apparently made a move for him, and I think United were going to go for him in the summer, so they thought they've got to do it now.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that disappoints me, and people can argue with it, is just I wanted to see Kroenke back Cartel.
Yeah, we all did.
He doesn't, if the options aren't there and they're bidding for players and it doesn't happen, that's not their fault. But clearly Arteta is working with a restricted budget. Now, you're bringing in a new manager.
That kind of suits the board, doesn't it?
It does suit the board, but I find that disappointing, to be honest. We say this over and over again. For me, we've got the wrong owners. I think until we get the right owners, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Arteta's made a good start, but he needs backing. The team isn't good enough.
But to play devil's advocate, and to be honest, I'm not playing devil's advocate. I genuinely do think this that the January transfer window is a bit overrated in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Because if we're being honest, you look at the landscape. The majority of the good or really good players, they're not going to go in January. They're going to go in the summer.
Yeah.
Most clubs, if they've got a player worth the name, they're going to try and keep hold of them until the summer.
Yeah.
So unless there's a real disaffected player somewhere, or you manage to unearth a real gem, then the chances are, and then you got all these teams that are in the same market vying for the same types of players.
Yeah.
If I'm being realistic, we were never really going to get any real marquee signings. You might get the occasional.
We got Aubameyang, didn't we? In January.
Yeah, we got. Didn't Ozil come in the January window?
I thought Ozil was the start of the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Arshavin, I remember that one.
Arshavin,
That was a big one in January.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
But to go back to my point, I think it's kind of hard on clubs.
Yeah.
Because very few big signings actually get done in January.
Yeah.
And so, I'll give the club a bit of a leeway on that. What you can do in January, though, is just to try and unearth some gems from, some hidden talents from across the globe. And we wasn't quite able to do that.
No,
but Mari does seem to have
a bit of pedigree.
Yeah, he does.
And he was at Man City for 3 years.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
oh,
and
okay.
I think this is where Arteta knows him. They bought him.
Oh, right.
And they loaned him out 3 times and then eventually sold him to Brazil. So this is where Arteta's connection with him stems from. And obviously this Cedric Suarez from Southampton.
Yeah, I was interested to learn about that. That one came from left field for me. I didn't see that coming.
I mean, it's funny. A few years ago, we had the 40 million and a pound with Luis Suarez. Since then, we've signed Dennis Suarez and now Cedric Suarez.
Who seems to have a bit of a fetish for Suarez, isn't it?
They're trying to make up for the disappointment of not getting Luis. But Cedric Suarez, man, are you enthused by that or...?
I must admit, I wasn't blown away.
No.
But listen, that's not to say he couldn't be a good signing for us.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose...
Because I was chatting to Robbie earlier. Shout out to Robbie, by the way.
Big up Robbie, yeah.
And he was waxing lyrical about Suarez. He says he's a good player. I mean, listen, we shouldn't get pompous about it and say and think that because he comes from Southampton that...
he's below us.
Actually, talking of Southampton, tell the people what he was telling me today about Southampton, man. It's quite an interesting... fact about how now
they're above us in the table after losing 9-0 to Leicester.
People sleep on that type of stuff, innit?
I mean, Southampton lost 9-0 to Leicester.
But to be fair to them, man, after that, they've bounced back.
They have bounced back.
They actually beat Leicester on their own ground a few weeks ago. And they're doing well.
I mean, 12 draws for Arsenal, that's the reason, isn't it?
But anyway, to go back to Suarez.
I mean...
Has he been pivotal in the turnaround of their form, do you think?
I mean... He's out of contract in the summer. We do probably need a right back as backup because Ainsley clearly wants to play midfield.
He
offers experience. From what I've seen of him,
but not all experience is good experience.
No, not all.
What's his attributes, man? Is he quick?
He's good. He is quite quick.
He's good on the ball.
Good at crossing.
Does he like a tackle?
I remember he scored a good free kick against Man United against De Gea.
How recent was that though?
About 2 or 3 years. Hey, look. I'm not the guy to sell him to you, man. To be honest, I think he's just a steady.
Is he going to walk into the team though?
I don't think
so. He's a squad player.
No,
right?
I think he'll be on the bench. But I think because Bellerin's been out for a year, you're looking at Europa League, FA Cup, Premier League. Is he going to be able to play? So look, it's.
But I thought Maitland-Niles had been doing an admirable job.
From what I'm hearing, he wants to play in the middle of the park, Ainsley. So I think that's why they've got a right back in.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's an okay signing. I'm not going to diss him because he might turn out to be a really good player.
Yeah, and again on loan till the end of the season, and he's a free at the end if we want him. If not, you just say thanks but no thanks.
So okay, then. So at the moment, we've got Mari and Suarez. Quite underwhelming, don't you think? What's your verdict?
It's cheap and cheerful, isn't it? You know, it's you know, you've got a big night out, you get a little shirt for the night, but you ain't gonna take many pictures in it.
It's a bit like you go shopping for a new set of clothes, man, and you go in the Gucci store.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, and you go in the Armani store, there's nothing, and then you end up in Primark.
Yeah.
No, but I don't want to undersell these guys, man. I mean.
No, look, I'm hoping with the Pablo Mari one that we unearth a gem. Because he's 26, he's tall, he's got a lot to prove, and I'm hoping, not every player.
But we do need cover in that position.
We do need cover, and the fact he's left-footed as well.
That's
he can
good.
play on the left side of the centre-back positions, and 6'3". Apparently, he scores a lot of goals from headers as well.
You're getting me excited.
No, I'm trying to give us something to be excited.
I take back what I said earlier.
I don't think the fans will be.
If it goes wrong, you're blaming my man.
No, I don't know much about him. I don't think.
You seem like the oracle on him.
I've been trying to catch up, man. He looks good on YouTube. But, I remember.
But a lot of players look good on YouTube.
Shamak looked like Ronaldo on YouTube before he signed.
The legendary Shamak. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. So look, with Mari, I'm hoping we've unearthed a gem. With Suarez, I think decent backup. You're not going to be overly
functional
excited.
Signing, really.
Yeah, that's it. Just to give us a bit of depth, really, innit?
But I think, listen, my verdict is it's nothing to get excited about. No. They may work out. Hopefully they do. They may not work out that well. However, I'm not really going to put too much heat on the board right now because, as I said, January is a bit of a misnomer, actually. People think, January transfer window is bound to be some good bargains. For the most part, it doesn't always seem to be that way. Like I said, United look like they've got themselves some
coup there.
But they desperately needed someone in that position as well. So fair play to them for doing that. With our position, we did need a centre back. So this guy, you know what?
Let's hope.
Let's hope, man. You know what I mean?
But the board need to go big in the summer, and this is where I think if they don't, that the fans need to ask serious questions of them.
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse then.
You're right. We will see in the summer just how much backing the club are truly giving Arteta, won't we? Because this window, like we said, it's difficult. But in the summer, we want to see some
big money,
increased and meaningful activity and money being spent by the club.
Yeah.
So there you go, people. That's a little summarisation of the transfer window in January. Let us know what you think. Are you happy with the players that we're bringing in? Would you like to see more players come in? I'm pretty sure you would. If so, who do you think we could have gone for as viable alternatives? Who was you disappointed that we didn't bring in? Or are you happy with what we got in? Do we need anybody? Let us know. For those of you who regularly view the show, you know that one of our regular features is what we call our Ops of the Week. Our Ops of the Week this week is this Sunday, 2nd Feb, away to Burnley. Curtis, what are you saying, man?
It's a tough game.
It is, isn't it?
This is a hard game. Although I remember we beat them there last game of the season, but it seemed
wasn't too much riding.
Yeah, I don't think Burnley, they weren't really interested that much. Although the only big plus point for us is Aubameyang. The big man's back in business, So
Auba's back.
Auba's back.
Although whilst he was away, you know, Martinelli came to the fore, didn't he?
Well, listen, for me, they've both got to be in the team on Sunday.
Wow,
yeah. Martinelli on the left, starting for me. Aubameyang through the middle, Pepe on the right.
So notable absentee there, man.
Well, you know, they were talking about... Well, could Laka play in the 10?
Wow.
It's been talked about a few times, you know. Ozil for me.
That's a talking point. What do you reckon, people?
Ozil for me has not been great lately, as we spoke. I won't say too much about him before they hammer us in the comments.
You have got an agenda.
No, mate. If you don't know what Mesut Ozil does...
You don't know what he does.
You don't understand.
You don't know anything about football. That's what you've been told, and I've been told.
But 1 assist and no goals, so...
That was doing a lot of running, man.
Well, you know, The Running Man, innit? That was a good film back in the day, wasn't it? No, but Ceballos even. Ceballos or Lacazette for me. I'd like to see one of them in the 10 role.
It's interesting because Ceballos has had a little bit to say this week, hasn't he? He feels that he's not been treated right. I
mean, look, if you're at Real Madrid and you're on the bench, okay, it's frustrating, but you're at one of the pinnacles of football. So you come to Arsenal, I'm sure you would have had certain guarantees that, look, the Euros is in the summer, you're going to get game time, and all of a sudden you're sitting on the bench at Arsenal, 10th in the league, Xhaka and players like that playing ahead of you. You're going to think, well, I might as well have stayed on Real Madrid's bench.
Yeah, I guess.
So he's going to be frustrated.
But you know what's interesting about Ceballos, and you will know because you was at the game, Ceballos kind of announced himself in the corresponding fixture against Burnley earlier in the season.
I think people got a bit carried away, didn't they?
I mean, you were at that game, and my man was ripping it up.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember it well, like, after the game, man, this is the new Santi.
New Fabregas.
Yeah, he's the new Fabregas. This is it, man. You watch. And since then, it's not happened for him, man.
It's been decline, hasn't it?
Yeah. So,
I do think there's a talent there, though.
So maybe it's worth playing him again. He might fancy Burnley.
Maybe. I can't see him playing.
No.
I think he'll be on the bench, unfortunately, because I heard...
Was it a clever thing for him to do, to actually come out and voice his displeasure at not playing? I mean, is that how do you think Arteta's going to take that?
I don't think he'll take it well.
No, I don't.
I thought them two,
especially at a time when he's trying to
bring everyone together. I
thought
the fact, you know, he's a ball playing centre mid as Arteta was, the Spanish connection. I thought he would try and you know get him, but he seems to love Granit Xhaka, man. He likes that Xhaka Torreira.
To be fair to Xhaka though, he does offer that bit of steel.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know, we talk about him being quite slow on the ball and the backward passes, and you know, quick to foul people. That's a negative aspects to his game. But to be positive about Xhaka is that he's solid, he's strong,
left-footed.
Left-footed. He's got a presence there, isn't he?
All things that in the past
that we've lacked.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Saka at left back, every time he went forward, Granit Xhaka dropped like into the left back position to allow him to go forward. I thought that.
See, this is why we've got this man on the show, man. He picks up these things. Tactical
trying to catch
nuances.
Trying to catch up with Graham, man. Tactical analysis.
He picks up these tactical nuances that the mere mortals like myself wouldn't pick up straight away. But that's a good point.
He's been playing well under Arteta, I'll give it him. But I think Ceballos could possibly play in that 10 role. Or like I said, possibly even Lacazette. I would like to see it.
Yeah. But to go back to Burnley then, let's pull up some receipts on Burnley, man. So what, they're currently 13th in the table, which is
we're ahead of them.
We are by 3 places. But if we lose, you know, that could change.
Yeah.
So their last 6 games, they were previously to the last 6 on a bit of a poor run of form.
Yeah.
But they've got 3 wins and 3 losses in their last 6 games. But it's interesting because their recent form has been good. They got knocked out of the FA Cup, but prior to that, they had 2 back-to-back wins against Leicester and Man United away from home.
Yeah,
and
that's good form, man. Game, yeah.
So we can't overlook Burnley at all. This, like you say, it's going to be difficult.
They're a difficult team, man, especially up front. They've got the strikers, tall.
Yeah, and the kind of game that they play or will play against us most likely will be direct, aerial.
Yeah.
Got big Chris Wood up top.
Yeah.
And Sean Dyche is, let's be honest, man, let's show him some respect. He's a good manager.
Done a very good job. As we've said before, you know, the lack of
got the wrong name, though.
Got the wrong name. Dychini, he would have got a job by now, wouldn't he?
He may have got the Arsenal job.
He might have
been in the running for it.
But
you know what I mean?
But that,
but to be fair to him, man, he may look like a nightclub bouncer.
Yeah.
But the guy's good.
Yeah.
I like him. He's good.
The thing with Burnley, they've got a very direct style, and nowadays
but it works for them.
Everyone wants that, Pep Guardiola football. So that's the unfortunate thing for him. But Burnley are a very tough team, especially at home.
To have kept them in the Premier League for so long, man, I think he deserves the next credit.
He even got them into Europe as well.
Yeah, he did.
What I mean?
Yeah,
so what do you think? What's your prediction?
Right, you're throwing it back on me.
Throw it back, right. Yeah. So what do you think?
You know what? I pretty much always predict Arsenal win.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful of the win.
Usually we say 2-1 every week.
Yeah, I know. But to put my bias hat to one side, this looks like a draw all over it, doesn't it? I mean, we've had a lot of draws recently as well. We're like the draw specialists.
Yeah, we are, man.
And I don't want to sound negative, but if we go to Burnley this week and get a draw, I wouldn't be unhappy. Unless, of course, one of them where you throw away a 2-goal lead or something like that. But if we go to Burnley, I mean, I know it kind of sounds a bit negative.
Sounds negative, yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't like to do that. I'm just being realistic, man. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it a buck, as they say. Yeah. Listen, man, if we go there and get a draw, I wouldn't be wholly disappointed unless the performance was such that we were played off the park and we scrambled a goal, or if we were 2-0 up and threw away a 2-0 lead or something like that. But under normal circumstances, the way things are right now, looking at the form guides, this kind of looks a bit like a draw.
Yeah.
So I'm going to predict a win, because I always predict to win, 2-1.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was a 1-1 or a 2-2. What about you?
Do you know what? I'm going to say a win. And the reason I'm going to say a win, not because I definitely think we will win, because it's a hard game, but I think David Luiz is back as well.
Yes.
We've also
we got
Luiz and
Abba
back
up top, and we got David Luiz back at the back.
I just think
that sounds good to me.
We can't keep playing and drawing and saying, they did well. Eventually they've got to go to, because like you're saying, why should we not go to Burnley and be confident? I know it's a difficult ground, but let's be honest, we've got a better team than them if we play well. And I think, with Aubameyang coming back, Martinelli on form, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think they need a performance. Right. And then, like you said, I think there's a 2-week break after this winter break. Yeah. So,
and we did discuss on the show, didn't we? Last week we was talking about the battling draw against Chelsea could be a turning point in the fortunes of the club, insofar as at last the team are beginning to show some fighting spirit. And I think they're going to lead a lot of that this Sunday. And let's face it, we haven't always done that away from home.
No.
So on that, because we were so confident last year, or at least I was.
Yeah.
I was saying that.
You said it was a turning point.
I did. I said in terms of showing some heart and fortitude and guts and stuff like that, we looked like we'd turned the corner in that game. So this is a perfect opportunity for them to show that again this week. So I'm encouraged. So I don't think we're going to lose.
No, I don't.
Well, that's it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you tune in next week and the week after and the week after. Keep supporting us. We really appreciate it. Curtis, my man, thank you as usual.
Yep.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, check out the channel, Curtis Shaw TV. Just hit 6K, so keep supporting, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. See you guys next week.